This is a video about climate change, but unlike every other video about climate change out there, we're not going to show you polar bears on melting ice caps or forests on fire from an aerial shot. Instead, we're going to show and name the few who are responsible for the crimes against the environment that are committed every year. We might just be college students, but we're calling out 5 of the top leading pollutionists on the planet. We're talking about billion-dollar corporations, and the fact that we have to be the first wave to try to do anything against them is ridiculous. But we're willing to try. This is a world that is filled with love and hope and the best days of your life and the worst days of your life and heartbreak and dreams. If you take all of that for your personal life and you times it by 7 billion, you'd assume that that kind of world is worth saving. BP is a British multinational gas and oil company. They have committed so many oil spills that we have to just pick one to save time. They have one of the worst safety records of any oil company in the world, and just recently they were fined $4 billion and spent 32 extra billion in the cleanup of their last oil spill, which sounds like an incomprehensible amount until you realize that they make 180 billion in annual revenue. They make the 36 billion that they lost on the Deep Horizon oil spill in less than 2.5 months. It's nothing to them. It's also ironic that BP's logo is green and emblematic of a flower. It's a trick of perception. Their CEO, Bernard Looney, is personally responsible for the death of 82,000 birds of 102 species, about 6,165 sea turtles, as many as 25,900 marine animals, and a vast but unknown number of fish. That adds up to more than 120,000 animals, all falling on the lap of one man, Bernard Looney. A little-known company called Nestle, I don't know if you've heard of them, they are the leading producer and distributor of water, which is kind of an unknown fact. And at the World Water Forum, they pushed for the terminology surrounding water to be changed from being a right to a need. They're great. 95,000 metric tons of mismanaged plastic waste, meaning burned or dumped, is created by Nestle every year across 6 different developing nations. This is enough plastic waste to cover 15 soccer fields a day. They were founded in 1866 and have managed to contribute to the growing global pollution crisis ever since. Nestle's CEO is named Ulf Mark Schneider. He is personally responsible for 95,000 metric tons of plastic waste every year, and the water pollution limits he breached 2,152 times in 830 separate locations. Fuck Ulf. Exxon is the second greatest contributor to CO2 and CH4 gas emissions. At least they're high in something other than profits, you know? Responsible for multiple oil spills, namely the Valdez oil spill, which resulted in 250,000 animals' deaths and decimating billions of salmon and herring eggs. They fund multiple organizations, allowing them to basically deny anthropogenic global warming. On March 2nd, 2021, very recent, Exxon was fined $14.25 million in an 11-year pollution lawsuit because they violated the Clean Air Act for 8 years straight. Their CEO's name is Darren Woods. He is personally responsible for the death of 250,000 animals and the decade-long illegal pollution of the Earth's air and atmosphere for a bigger check at the end of the year. Last but not least, classic Coca-Cola. They are the world's most polluting brand in plastic waste. Sure, a can of Coke tastes good now. It won't taste as good when we have an ocean comprised of more plastic than water. They responded to these allegations by saying anytime our packaging ends up in our oceans or anywhere that it doesn't belong, it's unacceptable to us. In partnership with others, we are working to address this critical global issue, both to help turn off the tap in terms of plastic waste entering our oceans and to help clean up the existing pollution. They have, obviously, thus far, done practically nothing to change their high plastic polluting status, and the burden of solving the problem has now fallen down to the consumers as they are encouraged to make smart consumer choices. The move to reducing the use of plastic packaging that some other companies have taken has been completely ignored by Coca-Cola, along with other leading plastic polluting brands. Their CEO, James Quincey, is responsible personally for 200,000 metric tons of mismanaged plastic waste and lying to the world, promising efforts to change their plastic footprint and failing to do so in any meaningful capacity. These companies and the people who lead them have done much worse than what we've shown in this video today, including but not limited to child labor, the use of harmful chemicals, the killing of infants due to pure negligence, and so much more. But this video is focused on the health of our planet. The media lies to you, and that's why we're here to make this video. These types of videos have to exist. It's not your fault, but we're here to try to educate and raise awareness for these problems. We want you to be angry. We want you to feel sad because this seemingly dystopian future is now our reality. We know that there's a lot going on that warrants serious attention and reactions, but all other issues should fall beneath. It doesn't matter if you pay $10 less on taxes a month next year if there's no next year. If you decide to be part of the change, then we will thank you next year. If not, it was nice knowing you.